Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. We are on Unit 1, Lesson 6, Independent Practice. Independent practice means stop the video and do the problems on page 31. Just try them. Look back at your notes to help you solve the problems, but stop the video and make an effort. You only learn math by doing math. All right, welcome back. I'm hoping that you did what you were supposed to do and tried these problems. So let's read the directions for the first part. Use the product rule to simplify the expressions. Product rule. A little review. A product rule means you keep the base and you add the exponent. So I'm going to write that up here to remind me. Keep the base and add the exponents. Oops, couldn't read that. Sorry about that. So keep the base, add the exponents. So the first one, although there are 3 r's, that's fine. I didn't say it couldn't apply to more than 2. So I'm going to keep the base r, and I'm going to add the exponents 2 plus 4 plus 5. 2 plus 4 plus 5, well, 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 5 is 11. So r to the 11th power. And I'll put a little box around it. Not so bad for the first problem. The next one, next one is a little bit difficult because there's something missing. There's no exponent on that m. So I have to give it my own little 1. So now I can keep the base m, and I can add the exponents 2 plus 1. And I get m to the 3rd power. All right. Put a little box around that one. The next one. This has coefficients and it has variables. And it's missing an exponent. So my variable x, start with that. Put a 1 there. Now remember, you multiply the coefficients. Multiply the coefficients, then keep the base and add the exponents. So for this one, I have to do 5 times negative 4 first. Then I keep the base x, and I'm going to add the exponents 1 plus 3. So multiply the coefficients. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Keep the base, and 1 plus 3 is 4. So my final answer is negative 20 x to the 4. That had a whole lot going on. All right. The next one, my goodness gracious me, there's 3 coefficients. Still, I can put all the coefficients in the front because I'm using the commutative property. And I'm going to do 2 times 2 times 2. Then I keep the base, and I add the exponents. 4 plus 5 plus, that m does not have an exponent. I'll put my own little exponent there. Boop. 4 plus 5 plus 1. So now, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So I have the coefficient 8. M, and 4 plus 5 plus 1 is 10. So I get 8m to the 10th. And I need an equal sign in a box. Put a little ring around it there. There we go. All right. The next one says use the power rule to simplify. So just little quick review. of what the power rule is. The power rule says keep the base and multiply the exponents. So that's what I'm going to do. Sometimes I have to distribute the exponent on the outside of the parentheses to all of the factors inside the parentheses, but I'm getting ahead of myself. For this first one, it's pretty easy. I'm going to keep the base, 10, and I'm going to multiply the exponents, 5 times 4. Base still is 10. That's not going to change. 5 times 4, 20. So now I have 10 to the 20th power. That's a very big number. I wish that was my bank account. All right. But this one, the base is everything that is inside the parentheses. 5x to the third, the whole thing. So I have to distribute this 3 on the outside and make that 5 to the third power, and I have to multiply those exponents. So I have my bases, 5 and x to the third, and they both get that exponent 3. So now I have 5 to the third power, and then x, and I'm multiplying 3 times 3. Well, 5 to the third power, I'm going to write that one out. It's 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125. You know, I've gotten lazy in my old age. That's 125 x, and now 3 times 3 to the 9th power. So make sure that you are distributing your exponent to all of the factors to all the factors or bases inside the parentheses. Ah, this is cute. There's parentheses around the 1/6. That means that that's the base, the whole thing, 1/6. And I heap those parentheses around it because I want both of those exponents to apply to the numerator and denominator. If it's not got a parenthesis, if the fraction doesn't have parentheses, then the exponents only go with the numerator. Or if there's no parentheses and the exponents are on the bottom, it only goes to the denominator. You have to be careful when there's parentheses. So 2 times 5. Keep the base 1/6. Keep it in the parentheses because you want the exponent to be applied to the numerator and denominator to the 10th power. 1/6 to the 10th power. For the next one, now I have parentheses around my negative y. That's like glue. It's gluing the negative to the y. So I keep negative y in parentheses, and I'm going to multiply the exponents 3 times 12. Keep those parentheses around the negative y. Keep that glue in place so you don't want it to go away. And 3 times 12, 36. Put a little box around that because that's the power rule. And now I have to come down here and identify, am I using the product rule or the power rule? So what if I don't remember when to use them? I can go back and I can look at my notes on the page before. It says, when I'm using the product rule, it's multiplication, and it either has that dot or 2 sets of parentheses. But when I'm using the power rule, it's more than one exponent, and it has to look a little like a to the n with the m on the outside. So 2 exponents, one inside and one outside. So now that I come back here, that's obviously multiplication. So that is going to be the product rule. This has two exponents. It has a 5 and a 2. So when there's two exponents like that, that's the power rule. Oh, big dot of multiplication, product rule. And parentheses, exponent inside, exponent outside, power rule. So I keep the base and add the exponents for the product rule. M, 5 plus 2. And I get m to the 7th power. And put a little box around that. Beautiful. Here, the base is a number. The base is 4. But I'm still multiplying my exponents. 5 times 2. And I get 4 to the 10th power. Put a little box around that. All right, down here. Oh, look at that. Now I have a coefficient. Remember, when you have a coefficient, you're going to put them in front using the commutative property, and you multiply them. So 2 times 3. So you multiply the coefficients, and you're going to add the exponents, 3 plus 6. So 2 times 3, 6. Keep the base v, and you're going to add 3 plus 6 is 9. And put a little box around that. Oh, look at this. The whole thing in here, 3b to the 4th, is the base. The whole thing, 3b to the 4th, is the base. Now I have to distribute 3 as an exponent to 3, and 3 times 4. So now 3 times 3 times, that's what this says. 3 to the 3rd power is 3 times 3 times 3. And 4 times 3, b to the 12th. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, b to the 12th power. Right. 27b to the 12th power. Okay, not too bad. I'll see you again soon. Remember, low stress math. Go back and double check everything. Take care.